Hello everybody, it's Madden here. I am reporting again on Cambridge Analytica and the Facebook scandal, and I just want to give everybody a zoomed out picture of what's going on here because I think we're a little zoomed in. We're entering a data age. This is a new time where data is widely available for companies to use and sell our information because data is the new gold. The real reason why people want this information is because the most valuable asset is information on what you're going to buy next. Because you're already probably decided, hey, I need these things. And now all that's really changing is your decision on which brand or which Republican. The way I see it, Facebook was already gathering everyone's data and we already knew that we couldn't trust them as far as we could throw them. Tucker Carlson had a good interview on this last night, so I'll just play a few seconds of his video and try and stay within fair use, sampling, clause, whatever.
Beverly Hallberg is president of District Media Group. The core story here is shocking or no?
Not as shocking as liberals want it to sound. What the Trump campaign did is exactly what the Obama campaign did.
Facebook also collects all kinds of data that you're not aware that it's collecting. For example, when you visit a store, Facebook knows that. Facebook can make assumptions about your net worth, about your personal life, and it sells those data to companies, correct? Typically.
We willingly give it, whether it's a Fitbit that you're putting information in. I use Waze to navigate traffic.
So Tucker is clearly appalled by the lack of data security, but this younger lady is clearly part of the times and ready to give up her data. So let's go ahead and see what Beverly is ready to give up. This comes from the Facebook full data use policy. Other information we receive about you, we receive data about you whenever you are using or running Facebook. That data includes internet service, operating system, location, the type of browser you use, or the pages you visit. So your browser history is being shared with Facebook. And then looking at how they share it, of course, for information others share about you, they control how it's shared.
You have to realize all of that is available to companies to sell. I think where this comes down to is the free market solving it. You already had a movement called Delete Facebook. I think that's why Mark Zuckerberg even came out today, 5 days after the scandal, to talk about what really took place. I think the free market is going to say, hey, I'm not going to use your platform if you're going to be selling my privacy in this way.
Beverly has it exactly right. The free market needs to make this decision on which platforms we should be supporting. Whether we should be supporting BitChute or YouTube, whether we should be supporting Gab or Twitter, that should be up to us, the free market, not up to some regulators, and we shouldn't push this answer towards the regulators. We should answer this ourselves with our own choices. Why not be the YouTuber that brings 100,000 subscribers over to BitChute? You know, that's pretty heroic to do for a smaller platform. So I would challenge the bigger platforms to go ahead, the bigger YouTube content providers, to go ahead and move and start reproducing your videos on smaller platforms. It really goes a long way. We're going to go back to Beverly and she's going to explain how your friends basically are able to mine your account, which you should already know. Your friends can look at your account on Facebook.
This was all before 2014, where Facebook, with the privacy policy we all sign up on, where we say, sure, you can have my data. That is all legal, but what they did at that point is they not only said to a third party, hey, with this app, you can have the person's data who agreed to it, but they also took the data of their friends. That is where the issue is. It's the privacy, not just of you, but also the privacy of those that you're connected with. This is really nothing because Facebook already changed their policies.
And that's where Beverly's wrong, because if you saw that privacy policy was last updated November 15th, 2013. So she was talking about how this happened in 2014 and how it's been updated since. Clearly not the case. I don't know what she's talking about. So Facebook is in a lot of trouble. Their stock is selling off hard. I did a video yesterday about how Mark Zuckerberg's recent sell of stock is insider trading. Zuckerberg by law had to stick to a set selling plan for his stock, but he varied from that. He sold 3 months of that plan in 8 days leading up to the scandal. So, you be the judge. Facebook's CISO, their information security officer, it was repositioned within Facebook, but this is Alex Stamos, and he previously worked for Yahoo as their CISO, and so he was there in 2014 when the largest hack in US history ever happened, and 500 million accounts were hacked, and that was only beat 2 years later when all 3 billion Yahoo accounts were later hacked. That was after Alex had left the company in 2015, but nonetheless, Alex has not got the best track record with protecting user data. So the question is, will he testify or will Mark Zuckerberg testify in front of Congress? Already, Congress has asked, Greg Walton wrote a letter to Mark Zuckerberg asking him to testify in front of Congress, which Mark Zuckerberg said he's happy to do. He showed up on CNN the other day. And I just want to read one sentence from this letter. As the chief executive officer of Facebook and the employee who has been the leader of Facebook through all the key strategic decisions since its launch, you are the right person to testify before Congress about those decisions and the Facebook business model. But I'm not sure we can trust Greg Walden. He's got some interesting ties to some big tech companies over there in Oregon and Silicon Valley. He's introducing this FCC regulation on 5G technology. Take a look at what it is. They're identifying the 5G spectrum so they can auction it off to private sectors. I've heard very interesting things about the 5G spectrum being harmful to humans and DNA.
The House of Representatives is taking up an important bill from the House Energy and Commerce Committee. It's titled the Repacked Airwaves, Yielding Better Access for Users of Modern Services Act, or Ray-Bombs Act. The Ray-Bombs Act reauthorizes the Federal Communications Commission, and it spurs the development of next-generation 5G technologies. It's good for consumers, and it's good for our nation's critical telecommunications services.
Well, as long as it's good for consumers, I guess it's cool with me. And Ray-Bomb. Let's listen to how it got its name. For a wave technology, calling it Ray-Bomb, that's bold.
H.R. 4986 is a nod to our dear friend and mine of 30 years and the former staff director of our Energy and Commerce Committee, who recently lost his battle with cancer.
Oh, he died of cancer. Well, if that's any indication, great. I know we got a little sidetracked there going after this Walden character, but the point is you got to watch these trials. You got to watch these characters very carefully. Mark Zuckerberg does not want to testify in front of Congress. That is a huge liability for him. That is the last place he wants to be, is in front of Congress under oath. There are a lot of questions that Congress could ask that might expose Zuckerberg to be, not quite the decision maker that Facebook portrays him to be. So I'm recommending everybody go ahead and delete your Facebook. I bit the bullet yesterday and downloaded all of my photos, got all of my data, and then deleted my Facebook account. And I'm just not going to have a Facebook account. I'll use other social media. I mean, there's Gab, there's BitChute, there's YouTube, there's Twitter. There's all sorts of things you can use. You don't need Facebook. Facebook's terrible. Get rid of it. Just kick it. So, and I'll leave a link for how to delete your Facebook in the description below. And that's going to be it for me today. This story's not over, obviously. We're going to follow this trial. I would ask that you visit exposethedeepstate.com. That's where I do my best to one by one rip apart these deep state actors. You can download my ebook, Jeremy Corsi Decodes QAnon. And please consider donating. I've got a PayPal link and multiple cryptocurrency links which you can support this research by donating to. If you're watching this on YouTube, go watch me on BitChute. Don't watch me on YouTube. This is a migration that we all have to make, the users and the content producers. Everyone has got to move to these platforms that actually care about security, if we care about security. And it's just a couple clicks. So if you actually care, it's up to you. It's just a few clicks. Get a new account. Everyone, this is very easy. We can make the change. We make the choice. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.